I am back. Thank you for asking. So I've been away for around 6 months working on a number of new projects, and I'm very happy to announce that one of these projects is ready to be shared with you, and I'm going to drop it this month. It's a short film called Hiroshima. Is it Hiroshima or Hiroshima? One of these pronunciations is correct. The reason why I picked Hiroshima is because in the past 2 years, politicians who have access to nuclear launch codes floated the idea of using atomic weapons against each other. We're in the middle of all of this. Can they realize that? It's always civilians who pay the price for politicians' atrocities. Pretty much every place is going through some serious right now. Well, the reason why I picked Hiroshima is because it's one of the greatest lessons in human history, and it's a grim reminder of what happens when you use atomic weapons. The film itself is also grim, and it shows the morbid reality of what happens when you launch a nuclear strike. Keep in mind that atomic weapons that exist today are 3,000 times more powerful than the one that was dropped on Hiroshima. Before somebody uses them, I wanted to create this short film which shows the gruesome reality of atomic weapons. This is why this film is graphic. It's rated R. It's 10 minutes long, so don't expect it to be really longer than that. There's only one other film that did exactly the same, and it is called Barefoot Gen. Now, this film was made by a Hiroshima survivor, and if you take a look at the scene of launching the bomb on Hiroshima, it's one of the worst things you can see. It's too graphic, but it's what he saw. There are thousands of drawings that were made by Hiroshima survivors showing what they saw on that day. And so some of these drawings were used as inspiration for some of the scenes that you're going to see in my short film, Hiroshima. We need a grim reminder of what awaits us if we use atomic weapons again, especially given that atomic weapons today are 3,000 times more powerful than the one that was dropped on Hiroshima. And 3,000 times is probably a conservative estimate. They could be 6,000, 8,000 times more powerful, because these things are not revealed to us. We only get to hear about them when we see the flash of light. I am becoming increasingly convinced that Stephen Hawking's prediction of how much time humans have left on Earth is probably becoming true. First, he said we have 1,000 years left on Earth and we have to leave Earth. And then he came back and said, you know what? I think I was too generous with 1,000. And he said, we have 100 years left on Earth. Can you imagine? He said this in 2018. So technically, if you do the math, I think we have 6 years already passed since then, so we have 94 years left. Honestly, by the look of things right now, I would say 30 years tops. We're not even prepared for what's coming if atomic weapons are used again. And I'm really hoping that this short film, Hiroshima, will unite all of us against the use of atomic weapons. I can't believe that there are a lot of civilians who could be affected by this. They support the idea of continuous development of atomic weapons. Perhaps if they see the gruesome fact of what happened on Hiroshima that day, they would understand why atomic weapons should not be allowed to be used or developed in the first place. Now, most of the Western films have tried to avoid showing the true horrors that happened on Hiroshima. I was watching a video recently where somebody combined nuclear explosions from different films. They have all been very conservative with showing the scale of the horror of atomic explosion, except for the film Terminator. Scientists were terrified by how accurate Terminator was when it showed the atomic explosion. Of course, it has a big budget, so that explains it. A lot of gap can be filled by looking at the drawings that were made by Hiroshima survivors. You can find these drawings online, by the way, and I just want you to picture for a moment what would they look like if they were made in film. Finally, a lot of people are going to say, hey, what's with you and politics? We have joined this page to enjoy science updates. That's right. But we're talking about atomic weapons, huh? And anything that concerns atomic weapons does have something to do with science. I mean, just think about it. We've got physics, theoretical physics, nuclear decay, nuclear fission, isotopes, uranium. All these are scientific terms and they concern the development and the use of atomic weapons. So don't tell me it's not science related. It is science related. However, it's a film that will advocate against the use of atomic weapons. Is it going to make a big difference in the world? I hope so. Is it going to change politicians' minds not to use atomic weapons? I cannot confirm that, but I can tell you there are a lot of big politicians who follow my content on social media, so I hope that they will see this when it comes out. Why did it take 6 months to finish the project? Just wait so that you can see the quality. I think you're gonna love it, but you're also gonna hate it at the same time because of how gruesome it is. I did the visual effects myself. It is one of my hobbies that I enjoy so much. And since I'm the only one who created the visual effects, it took a lot of time. This is not something that, you go to AI and you generate straight away and it gives you a footage that is sometimes unwatchable. This relies on a lot of traditional filmmaking techniques. Anyways, it's good to be back. I cannot wait to share this project with you, so stay tuned.